Right now we're in the old post office. This was Aiken's first major post office. This now titless studio of photography. Wonderful example of Palladian architecture, probably the crown jewel of all the wonderful buildings we have here in downtown Aiken. This building has its beauty, it has its history, it also has its legends. Among other things that we have in this building is beautiful woodwork, and behind me is the postmaster's original office. There's actually a hidden ladder in that office, in the closet, and it leads to secret passageways actually up in the building's rafters. It's the only way up. There's louvers where you can look out when you go up there, and as it turns out, the postmaster used to go up there and spy on the employees. People that have worked here over the years, they will swear that they hear noises coming from up there. Moaning, groaning, yelling, screaming. They'll go up and no one's there. Sometimes they think maybe there's squirrels or there's some birds who've gotten in. Well, they said that they looked twice, and the third time's a charm, and they're not going to look again. This building actually has a full basement. Well, like many places of its day, many structures of its day, it was heated with a coal-fired boiler. When they switched over to modern heat, they decided they'd get rid of it, so they cut it open with a blowtorch just to get rid of it in the basement. Well, what did they find in there when they opened it up? Bones. Human bones. Didn't know what to do with them, didn't know who it was. They called the authorities who came down. They said the bones had probably been in there 30, 40 years. Knew that they were a male. Couldn't match it up with anyone who died. Well, if you go down in the basement now, you'll see a cutout area in the slab. It's bricked in. They buried the bones in the basement. Didn't know what to do with them.
Annie's Inn was built in 1830. It was a plantation home initially. It was purchased by Scotty Peck back in the 80s, and she started Annie's Inn Bed and Breakfast. One of the patrons here at the inn had mentioned to Scotty, the owner, that asked were there any children staying in the inn the previous night, and Scotty told her no, that there weren't, and she said that there was a little girl in her room pulling her covers off. So, you know, we've heard stories. The owner and I have heard the ghost on the back porch, and I've also heard her upstairs in the hall. So a lot of my friends love to come up here to hear the ghost, but of course, you know, they haven't heard the ghost, but yes, the owner and I have heard the ghost many times.
They say that every cemetery has its secrets, and here at St. Thaddeus, the cemetery has some others. General Gabriel Rains, he made his bones during the 1800s during several Indian wars. He was a West Point graduate, and like many people from West Point who were in the Union, he resigned his Union commission and was given a commission in the Confederacy when the Civil War, the war between the states, broke out. Well, he invented things that make every civilian, and especially every soldier, quake in their boots. Well, legend has it that when someone builds a weapon that causes a whole new level of killing, they're haunted by the spirits of people who die from those weapons. It's often said that Oppenheimer was haunted by the spirits of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Well, General Gabriel Rains invented the first explosive landmine. He's buried right here in St. Thaddeus. So if the legend is true, wouldn't people who've died very sadly, tragically from landmines be looking for General Rains to torment his spirit? Maybe they're with us right now as we're standing here, because they'd be coming from all over the world right to the cemetery to find General Rains and haunt him.